Hi, is that Mike?
No, Doug, you got Josh.
Okay. Hey, Josh. Hi, is that
Hey,
Mike?
It's Mike Rowell. How are you?
Hey, doing well. This is Doug Berman and Josh Cahan from CVC Growth. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. Thanks for making the time to chat with us today, Mike.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. Well, why don't I get kicked off by giving you a 30-second kind of introduction on us, and then can jump in.
Okay, sounds great.
Josh and I are investors with CVC Growth Partners. We are a $1 billion growth fund under the umbrella of CVC Capital, which is one of the largest private equity firms in the world. We go out and partner with companies in enterprise software and tech-enabled services, looking to make equity investments in them. And the way that we typically go to market is in sectors of interest to us. We'll spend a whole bunch of time doing research and market work, talking to experts and companies and so forth, so we can get smart, develop a thesis, and so on. One of the areas that we have a strong focus on is vertical software, and within that, we're very interested in insurance. Even more drilling down within that, we are really focused right now on insurance payments and, to a lesser degree, software, but still as part of the overall picture. We're familiar with Guidewire. Obviously, that's a big public company. There's some others out there like OneInc and Paymentus that are interesting to us as we do our research. And so your experience was very topical, and wanted to get on the phone and pick your brain about the market.
It has been really a fun area.
Oh, good. Yeah, we find it very interesting. So that's just the kind of snapshot on us. I'm happy to answer any questions that are helpful to you, but otherwise would love to just jump in and hear a minute about your background as it pertains to the sector.
Sure. I've been the CIO here at Alpha for 3 years, but I've been in property and casualty insurance for the past 24 years. Both our company really operates in a preferred market, but we have a subsidiary in Nashville called Trexus that operates in the non-standard market. They use OneInc for their payment processor. We are switching currently from Fiserv to Paymentus in that process. A big part, I'll be honest with you, we just went through the whole Guidewire conversion, and we're just catching our breath from going through that. And my vice president of application development came and talked to me and said, I met the people from Paymentus. You really need to talk to them, because a lot of the stuff we're thinking about developing in-house, they've already done, and we can get for a comparable cost to what we're paying on a transaction basis for Fiserv. So I told him at the time, look, I'm not ready to go to Fiserv. I switch away from Fiserv. It's just too big. But I sat down with the guys at Paymentus, really more as a courtesy to my app dev guy. Once I heard their pitch and what they could do and the costing, we decided to do an RFP and go through and do the full process and see what was out there. Paymentus to us was the strongest of the group that we talked to. Overall, they had a complete solution for e-bill. They had a complete solution for recurring credit cards, for text to pay, for Apple Pay, and they really were more on the cutting edge than a lot of the other vendors that we saw out there.
Got it.
For me, I'm in Montgomery, Alabama, which I'm sure you guys aren't real familiar with, but, we're your average 250,000 people, town. We got a couple of local community colleges, but nothing like a major university. So for us to get talent to do web development is tough, and to keep them is even tougher. So one of the big attractions to me to going to a provider like this is I build an API, I send the data to them, they do everything else, and they stay on the cutting edge. I don't have to, which is huge for us. The second thing that's a big sell for us, I'm sure you guys are familiar with PCI requirements.